we were discussing that Let It Be Naked thing. And apparently that's gotten to be such a talking subject that everybody's on like, oh, that Let It Be Naked, that's been altered and all this kind of stuff. It's not really naked if it's, well, I don't know. It's a mess.
And it started here.
Apparently, we were the first.
It didn't start here, but it expanded here.
Yeah.
Not enough people watch Wings of Pegasus, apparently, which I don't understand because he's got millions of followers. So I don't. But anyway, a lot of people have watched that video since Thursday when I just was talking about it.
So Wings of Pegasus got a big bump in viewing.
Well, no, in the Beatle community, I think the Beatle community doesn't watch Wings of Pegasus for whatever reason.
Right.
But anyway.
The one I've got is Naked Enough. You know, like how many times we need to read? Well, look, the cat is agreeing with me.
Yeah. This is agreeing. He's saying yes.
I want to hear Let It Be Naked. I'll just put on Let It Be and have a bath.
Well, if you want to hear now there's Get Back. Listen to Get Back. That's my advice. You know,
yeah, that is the new standard. I think they
finally released it. Listen to that.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same track list.
But it's
close enough.
Yeah, but how many takes?
And they still need to release that as a separate record. Like you shouldn't have to buy the box set to get that.
Yes. But when that thing got dirt cheap about a year ago, I should have bought it, and I didn't. Just for but I didn't.
But how many takes of Long and Winding Road is there to say, oh, this one's different from that? You know,
they did like 31 takes. Let It Be too. There's like 30 or 31 of each.
So they're trying to compare one take to another, going like they changed.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. If you watch the video, and I've watched his videos for years. Okay, the human voice does not stay on pitch and then go down to the next, and it doesn't work like that. The human voice is all over the place, and that's what makes it human. That's where the emotion comes from. If you just put everything on the line, it zaps all the emotion out of the singing, and that's what's happened with Let It Be Naked. It's just dead sounding.
It's all that auto tune and all that kind of stuff.
For years, I looked for the version of Long and Winding Road. In the movie, at one point near the end, he says, "There will be no sorrow." And that's the only time I've ever heard that. And for years, I looked for a version of that, and it finally did come out. I think is it on the Let It Be box? Somewhere it came out anyway.
Yeah, it did.
Finally, because I think that's the only version of the song where he actually says that.
Yeah, and that was the video too. That was the video that got played everywhere for Let It Be, was the There Will Be No Sorrow version.
Well, it was from the movie, right? So
but they turned that into a video, so that would get played everywhere, and that's my favorite version. And they finally released it, and I'm like,
it's just so unique from all the other takes.
Yeah, that would have been the take they used, I think, but Paul didn't like the No Sorrow line, so they did it again.
Yeah,
that would have been the one that they released.
I thought it added to it, but I mean, maybe just because it's unique, I don't know. But I always look for that version, and I'm glad they finally came out with it.
Yep.
Brother Michael? Are we confusing songs here? That should be more like Let Him In.
Like he's got Michael Row Your Boat confused with Let It Be.
Oh. No. I guess. Whatever. But
Let It Be was always Mother Mary, I'm pretty sure, because it came from a dream that he had.
Yeah.
Why would he
about his mother?
Michael?
It was the dream he had about his mother.
Yeah, whose name was Mary.
Yep.
I Need Malcolm? I'm confused. Sometimes the people over in the chatty thing, they confuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, Let It Be box set, I think they did a really good job on it. There are things they could have done better, as always. Like, where is the rooftop concert? Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Special
Where,
disc.
where is
Yeah,
Dawn?
I think there could have
But
been more.
I think it was really well done overall. I was quite pleased with it. What the other thing I wish they had
Personally,
done
I
is
don't think
included
the
the
CD.
original back, the book. Remember when they in 1970, I think it was the UK, Australia, and Canada, they released it with the book
Yeah.
in it of all the photos. I wish they had reproduced that. That would have been really nice. But
Yeah. But for me personally, I don't think the CDs need to match the albums as far as track listings and stuff. Albums can have less because you can't fit as much on an album. And
Yeah.
I think they've been sort of jipping a little bit the CD buyers by putting less content in them. I think there should have been more outtakes and the rooftop concert. And if you
Yeah.
didn't get those on vinyl, okay, but you can still get them on CD. I think, because I don't want them to put out a 10 LP Let It Be set. I don't want that. But you could fit the same amount of material on like 5 CDs, and that would be fine.
I think Schnee's one of those people that think that Jimi Hendrix sang "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
Oh. It's a little confusing. I know that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I know. It's like Cyndi Lauper singing, "We have a blue cat." Easily gets confused. Well, whatever.
There's a bathroom on the right.
And that would do. Yeah. But wouldn't it be easier or better that take that Let It Be Naked and just have the regular album and then all these alternate takes as though they were in the studio without any overdubs, without any auto tunes and pitch correction and all that kind of. Wouldn't that be better?
Well, that is.
Well, that's what they did with the Get Back album.
That's what Get Back is. That's what Get Back. That's why I say just listen to Get Back.
But it's not canon, though. It's just a.
Well, it is. I think it is canon because it's released in the box set, but it should be a separate record. But it's like the Easter sessions are now canon because they released them as part of the box set. I consider it canon.
Mm-hmm. So let's load the canon and make it.
Well, it's something they should release separately. And you see, here would be a great double album. Okay. The Get Back album with the Rooftop concert. There's a fantastic double album right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The bathroom is up to the right is where I am, honest.
Good to know.
We're making notes.
Listen carefully. You might hear the flush.
Yeah. For the longest time, I thought the first line of At 17 was just like the Lone Ranger.
Never play poker with King Charles III because every time he goes to the bathroom, he gets a royal flush.
Well, yeah, it's a new phase Beatles album, but they still take the tapes and do something with them.
Yeah.
Well, some of the Get Back has it. I don't think there's 3 versions of it. I don't think they all have. So there's at least one version I think with very little, if none of it on it.
But apparently that new version there is lifeless. It's just got no energy. It's just got.
I always thought so. Even when it came out, I'm like, it's great to have it, and I'm glad I'm hearing it, but there's something wrong here. I thought maybe they just picked the least lifeless performances, but I'm like, how could they have done that for all of the tracks? How could they have been so good at picking lifeless, dull things that they picked every one? Now I know they didn't.
Is that why the best sounding song is "Dig It"?
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I gotta go help my wife bring the groceries in.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay, right back.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right back.
And there he goes.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes. Don't worry, kids. He'll be back after
He'll be
the.
back shortly. He has to
Yeah.
bring the groceries in. So
Okay, so have we wasted enough time on
we have
Let It Be Naked?
a great album. Let It Be Naked it's there if you want it. It's not my favorite, but I have it, and it's in the CD. It's in the CDs, so you know.
Yeah, but who really listens to it that much? It's like,
Yeah.
I got it, but
I never did. Just I would have if I thought it was off, and I knew it was off, so I never really listened to it.
Yeah.
So
well,
now
it collects a lot of dust on my shelf.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh yeah, I've got this Let It Be Naked. And
Oh.
well, Let It Be is not my favorite Beatles album to start with, so it's kind of like low end of the totem pole. Like, oh, I guess I should listen to this. Okay, so my rainy day album is Let It Be. Well, if you want to cry all day, I suppose. Ollie Perry likes the long dig it straight into Let It Be, close off his version of the album. Ooh. I wonder how that works. So is it how they mixed up the long medley on Abbey Road, or I'm ready to hear the Sweet Apple tracks.
It's got some pretty good stuff of them. I used to have it on album of them rehearsing. You know. Films.
yeah.
Well, there's a set called 31 Days, which I don't know how many discs it is, but it's like pretty much every full song recorded during the Let It Be sessions. It's quite a few discs. I don't know how many discs. It's a lot. Like I said, then you get every version of The Long and Winding Road, and every version of Let It Be, and every version of Get Back, and on and on and on it goes.
Where can I get the German version of Get Back? Get Aus?
Get out.
Well,
Get Out?
it's on 31 Days. It's on the Black album. It's been on
Pretty
quite a
sure
few. My Sweet
Get
Apple
Out,
track.
Get Out.
It's been on quite a few things. They've never released it, of course.